Welcome to Aligned for Success podcast, where we help chiropractors create practices that truly serve their life's vision. I'm your host, Dr. Nikki, and I'm here to show you how to break free from stagnation, grow your practice, and rediscover the joy of why you became a chiropractor to begin with. Whether you're looking to boost your revenue, spend more time with family, or simply enjoy practice life again, you're in the right place. Let's align your path to success. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Align for Success. Today, I want to talk to you guys about a topic that came up when I was just in London with Stephanie, and we were sitting in a pub and being very London-like, and somehow the topic of mom guilt came up, and she was like, yeah, it was just like, I don't have mom guilt, but you never followed up with why. And I was like, oh, and well, here's all the reasons. She's like, yeah, like you never tell people that's why. So I was like, okay. This is a great idea for a podcast episode. So today I want to talk to you about mom guilt and also, like I just mentioned, why I don't ever really feel it. And so I'm going to go through different reasons that I have come up with for myself. And I also too just want to say, I have one child, and that was also a choice, and it was a choice by me and my husband, and will be 7 in December. So she's also at an age now where she's fairly independent, and I also think that makes a huge difference. So when she was first in daycare, like at 1.5 years old, when we put her in daycare, I maybe felt a little more guilt because I was at work and she was stuck at daycare. But now she's in school, she has friends. When she comes home, she has stuff that she likes to do on her own. And so I think all of these things really just accumulate to me not feeling guilty about having not just one business and then working a second job as well, and just different seasons of life. And so I think that mom guilt gets sold to us like it's part of the motherhood starter kit, right? Like you're not a mom unless you feel guilty if you're not with your kid 24/7. And if you're not worried, you're just messing up your kid. And are you even a mom, right? But the truth of that is that guilt does not equal love. And feeling guilty isn't proof that you're a good mom, and not feeling guilty doesn't mean that you're disconnected, and it sure as shit doesn't mean that you don't love your kid. So for many of us, guilt comes from external expectations, right? So as a female, as a mom, you're supposed to just want to get all of your satisfaction and everything from life that you want from getting married and having kids. But that isn't necessarily what's true for everyone. And so I'm really fulfilled by work, and I'm really fulfilled by building businesses. So a lot of times it's just that society has told us that we have to be the perfectly present mom and the powerhouse professional. Social media shows us Pinterest moms who pack these freaking bento box lunches with little cucumber cutters that make the sides all swirly and beautiful. And that's really just not it. And they also show CEOs who grind 80 hours a week. And that's also just not me. So in our heads, we're constantly comparing ourselves to both of these things. And truly, we feel like we're just falling short. So here's truly where I've landed. I've owned a business for 10 years. I've been a mom for almost 7. And I get to decide what success looks like in this season for me, for my family, and for my business. Do I feel like if I put more time and more effort into my chiropractic office that it might make more money? Yes. I also feel like I'm really happy where it's at, and I know that it's growing in different ways by having different doctors, empowering my team, etc. So I just feel like that invisible scorecard, it's not mine to carry. So I think that for me, the one example that we all have of motherhood is our own mom. And my mom has always worked my whole entire life. She's had a job. And my mom was someone who had a really great career. She still has a really great job and a really great career. My mom has worked in the newspaper industry my entire life. Yes, the newspaper, those things that are kind of antiquated, right? We don't even get newspapers anymore, but she's still rocking a job and she's still making money doing that. So my mom worked her way very, very high up at USA Today. And she had a corner office and she was a total boss. And I never knew that she was such a badass until one day I went to visit her and I was like, hey, I'm here to see my reward. And someone showed me like to the back corner office on a high rise building in Malvern, Pennsylvania, right outside of Philadelphia. And I was like, is this your office? And she was like, yes. And I just was like, wait a minute. This is your office? Are you like a big deal? I had no idea, right? Because at that time, I think I was probably like 25 or something, but I just didn't really know. But what I learned that day was that my mom was a total badass and that she was a boss. And so I had seen my mom work my whole life. And honestly, I never look back on my childhood and just really think like, oh, my mom missed a school pickup and I feel neglected. No, I thought like, damn, my mom is somebody. And one day I want to be like that. And I want to show my kids, if I have kids, that you can have a career and you can also be a mom and you can be a badass too. My mom has taught me so much about like being able to just take care of myself. And I mean, this is a whole nother episode, but my parents' divorce, where, I mean, my mom was like, never depend on a man to take care of you or pay for things. And so I've always really had that ingrained in me that I needed to make my own money and be able to, you know, just take care of myself if the situation ever arose, which I love my husband. That's not what this is about at all. But even just getting to that point, I didn't even get married until I was 30. So I've always been able to take care of myself, had my own apartment, etc. But it just always stuck with me. And I felt proud to watch my mom climb and to succeed. And now I want Hazel to see that too. I want her to know that I carry this perspective into my business today. And when Hazel sees me working and leading a team or building something meaningful, my hope is that she's also thinking the same thing. Wow, my mom is somebody. And so I know we're all somebody, even if we don't work or we don't have a job, whatever that might look like for you. It's just what you choose, right? And so again, seasons. And so to me, that's legacy. To me, I'm modeling possibility for my daughter. And that is what keeps me grounded in the fact that mom guilt does not have to run the show. Another reason I don't feel mom guilt is because I see the trade-off. So yes, I work hard during the week. And yes, I have super long days where I'm in the office or if I'm on calls or if I'm doing both in one day, right? But the thing is that when I'm with Hazel and I pay attention to her. And I also look at it as we have more longer stints together than maybe just kind of piece together 10, 15 minutes here or there. By that, I mean my jobs and my business afford me to go on vacation, take my family on vacation, and then I get a full 4 or 5 days with Hazel, right? Instead of just 15 or 20 minutes after work. So I would rather these longer stretches of uninterrupted time than try to just piece together scattered half moments all week long. And so owning a business when done with intention allows me to do that. It gives me the flexibility to work hard right now and then cash in on these big, beautiful family memories later, just like when we got to go to Paris together. So awesome. And so here's the other thing too. Kids don't need constant quantity of us. Again, they just need quality. So for us, we want to have weekend trips, vacations together, and just making memories together. Hazel loves to go on her boat. She loves to go on golf cart rides. These are all things that we can do as a family. And I believe that success as a mom isn't being there 24/7. It's about showing your kid what's possible. So just like my mom modeled for me, I get to model ambition, leadership, and the ability to create a life that blends family and purpose for Hazel to see firsthand. Now, if you are listening and you do feel mom guilt, I want you to hear me. You're not the broken one. I probably am. But I do want to invite you to start questioning it. Ask yourself, is this guilt protecting my values, or is it just noise from what society has taught me that I should believe? If it's noise, we can just let it go. And so some practical things that can help is block family time in your calendar first. So make it a non-negotiable, right? Like on Tuesdays from 4 to 6, I spend time with my kid. And so just pick these times in your schedule and make sure that you start honoring that. And then as you do it more, it will just become more natural. You won't need to put it in your calendar. But build business systems so that vacations and weekends are more protected, right? So I would never be able to go on vacation with my family if I didn't have systems and team in place that helped allow that for me to be gone at all. And say no to things that either don't light you up or they're not moving your businesses forward, right? So learning how to say no to the things that take away time from either building your business or being with your kids, and communicate with your kids. So there are times where I'm working and Hazel wants to do something and I'll be like, hey, bud, so sorry. I have about 30 more minutes of work to do. And then once I'm done, we can go do X, Y, Z. So also just letting her know, like, I'm busy right now, but I promise I'm getting to you. And also, she loves to travel just as much as I do. And so homegirl knows that the harder my mom works and the more we get done right now, the better time we'll get to spend together later. So if you are someone like me who doesn't feel much guilt, own that. Don't let anyone shame you into thinking you're less of a mom, but also stay intentional, right? Keep checking in on your kids' emotional needs and your partner's expectations, because that awareness is what is always going to keep us anchored. So here's a reminder that I want to leave you guys with today. Your kids will not remember the exact hour that you worked. They'll remember the memories that you made and the examples that you said. Your business is not stealing from your family. It's not stealing time away from your kids. It's giving them a model of strength, of possibility, and ultimately of freedom. And so my mom gave me that. And I hope my daughter feels the same. She's watching me build. So whether you carry mom guilt or you don't, remember, guilt is not a measure of your love. Presence, joy, and intention are. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you today. If this hits home, if you either feel mom guilt or you don't, please let me know. I would love to hear that. And if you know a mom who really is suffering from mom guilt, if you would share this episode with them, maybe they just need a little reminder. And hey, just tell me your thoughts. Do you feel mom guilt or not so much? I would love to hear your perspective. I thank y'all so much, and I will see you guys next week.
Thanks for tuning in to Aligned for Success. If today's episode resonated with you, please be sure to subscribe and leave a review. This helps other chiropractors find their way to practice freedom too. Remember, true success comes from when your practice aligns with your life's purpose. Until next time, I'm Dr. Nikki, reminding you that a thriving practice and a fulfilling life go hand in hand. See you next week.